Hare Krishna. Okay, I'd just like to bring up some valuable points. This little piece can be called What the Anti-New World Order Movement Need to Understand. Well, I myself very much appreciate the great work of Alex Jones, Tex Mars, David Icke, etc. in exposing the demoniac Illuminati. But unless these souls, these pious, hard-working souls, they understand one vital universal law, then all their attempts to save the innocent public from enslavement in the Illuminati's demoniac New World Order will fail miserably. There are actually two classes of beings in this universe, the divine and the demoniac, and exposing the demoniac Illuminati's agenda to the masses is valuable, essential work. Yeah, as many people know, the Illuminati believe they derive power from satanic ritual in which humans and animals are sacrificed. I recently heard Tex Mars describe how the Illuminati had actually built the UN building, the United Nations building, on land that had been previously washed and soaked in the blood of thousands and thousands of animals that had been previously killed there in a slaughterhouse. So killing animals in the millions is not just simply a matter of food to these people, it's a satanic ritual of their demoniac religion. In fact, 9/11 itself was a satanic ritual in which, what was it, over 3,000 human lives were lost. So this brings us to the essential question, which is the anti-New World Order movement, or people in general who are just fighting against the Illuminati. How can we have effect, or how will we have effect in fighting against them while we simultaneously participate in supporting them by eating the remnants, the bloody remnants of the satanic rituals? In other words, when we're eating meat from the slaughterhouse chain, we're basically participating in their satanic ritual, and our consciousness is becoming degraded, our consciousness is becoming satanic by eating satanic remnants. So our effect to stop these people will be minimal. In fact, it could be considered to be useless, no effect. So the most essential principle is non-cooperation with these demons, and that begins by stopping eating their satanic ritual remnants, So actually, if we're feeding off these remnants of satanic ritual, we are actually subjected to the karmic reaction of that. I'd like to read a quote now from His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupāda, the Hare Krishna saint, who was attempted to be killed by the Illuminati. Of course, they failed to do that, because a pure devotee of God is always protected by God, and his passing from this world is not the passing of a mundane being, it's fully under the control of God. So they made several attempts to kill Prabhupada, but of course they could never do it. He was the first to expose them. Actually, he exposed their not first to expose the Illuminati as such, but the first to expose their moon landing scam. He was interviewed by an LA Times reporter in 1969, I believe, and he just said that they wouldn't go to the moon, they couldn't go to the moon. So that will have been the first time that the Illuminati became alerted to Prabhupada and his teachings. Anyway, back to the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make was in regards to the karmic reaction which one will be subjected to if one participates in eating the Illuminati's satanic remnants. Okay, this is a quote. I'll read this quote now. According to Manu, the great author of civic codes and religious principles, even the killer of an animal is to be considered a murderer, because animal food is never meant for the civilized man, whose prime duty is to prepare himself for going back to Godhead. He says that in the act of killing an animal, there is a regular conspiracy by the party of sinners, and all of them are liable to be punished as murderers, exactly like a party of conspirators who kill a human being combinedly. He who gives permission, he who kills the animal, he who sells the slaughtered animal, he who cooks the animal, he who administers distribution of the foodstuff, and at last he who eats such cooked animal food are all murderers, and all of them are liable to be punished by the laws of nature. No one can create a living being despite all advancement of material science, and therefore no one has the right to kill a living being by one's independent whims. Śrīla Prabhupāda from Śrīmad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, Chapter 7, Text 37. So, take a good look at the way these animals are treated by the Illuminati. It's a police state, alright. There's no God-given freedoms for the animals to roam in the free air and the green fields. They're simply exploited and killed in the millions for massive financial profit. And then their rotting carcasses are injected with harmful chemicals, and the remnants of and then these remnants are fed to the public, like I said, for massive financial profit. So unless people are educated to stop participating in this brutal treatment of animals, then the police state will be the preliminary reaction. Another point as well is to make is in regards to the effect that eating these satanic remnants has on the consciousness. In the ancient Vedic culture, it's understood by even the common man that whatever one eats, it affects the person's consciousness. You are what you eat. We are what we eat. So foodstuffs in the mode of goodness, such as milk products, rice, wheat, fruits, vegetables, these foodstuffs are in the mode of goodness, and when these are prepared with love and devotion offered to God, these foods, this foodstuff will elevate one's consciousness to a spiritual level where one will be able to understand himself and God. So the Illuminati understand this point also, that we are what we eat, and they know this very well, and that's why they take the distribution of their bloody satanic remnants very seriously, and they see this as an ideal way to influence the masses with their into their satanic cult, into satanic consciousness. So so the real issue here is that spiritual warfare is taking place. Human life gives one the facility to realize himself, the soul, as a separate entity from the entanglement of the material body, the gross material body, and the subtle mind. Human life is ultimately meant for self and then God realization. But we'll never advance on this path while we are mercilessly killing the poor animals by participating in eating the satanic remnants of the demoniac Illuminati. Rather, we shall become more cruel, envious and demoniac, like the satanic Illuminati, the demoniac satanic Illuminati, which we are supporting by our nasty meat-eating habits. So many people may quote from their scriptures at this time to support these these nasty meat-eating habits, but such devilish citations will not nullify the laws of karma, the laws of action and reaction. These universal laws will not be nullified by such devilish citations. Cruel hypocrites and merciless persons, they have no place in the coming spiritual world order of peace, enlightenment and equality for all. They are slaves of the demoniac Illuminati, soon to be they are slaves of the Satanic Illuminati's New World Order, soon to be relocated by God, Kṛṣṇa, to a more suitable place in this universe. Hare Krishna, all glories to Prabhupada.